Flip to Freedom, episode number 7.
Hello again, my name is Sean Terry, and I'd like to welcome you to the Flip to Freedom podcast. This is episode number 7, and today we're going to do a tip of the week, and I'm here to help you escape the 9 to 5 and live the lifestyle of your dreams by learning how you can make a fortune flipping properties in your spare time, even if you're just getting started today. Now, in this tip of the week, we're going to discuss how you can do real estate investing around your full-time job. I get this question all the time. Time management of how to work your job, how to work your real estate investing career around your job. That is a big question, how you can do that. But we have a solution for it. So, if you'd like to receive my free comprehensive blueprint on how you can quit your job in 19 weeks or less, please visit flip2freedom.com, and you'll see right on the front page there exactly how you can download that for free. And I'm going to tell you, we've got, you would not believe the rave reviews about this book that you can get for free. So definitely do not miss out on that and go download that right now. Anyways, let's talk about how you can work your job, or actually work your real estate investing career around your full-time job. Now, first off, the number one goal is to quit your job. And how you can quit your job is by taking your whatever you make, for an entire year. Let's call it $50,000 theoretically. Your goal is to get $50,000 cash in the bank that was generated from your real estate investing career. And then when you get $50,000 in the bank, and you've done that successfully through real estate investing, then you can make the decision, do you or do you not want to quit your job? But if you get to that certain point, you're going to have confidence that you, number one, can do deals, and number two, you're going to have that cash in the bank that can sustain you for an entire year, even if you sleep for an entire 12 months. But you're not going to do that. So, that's the goal. Because you know what? I know it's very difficult because you got to wake up in the morning, you got to hustle around, run out the door, get in the car, get in rush hour traffic, sit in rush hour traffic for who knows how long, and then you got to get to your job, and then you're jammed at your job all day. You got projects to do, you got things going on, you got bosses to deal with, you get an hour, maybe a half hour to eat, and then guess what? You're back at work again, and then you're back in rush hour traffic, and then you're back home. And you maybe have a half hour to an hour for lunch, and you maybe got some time after work, but guess what? You got family, you got kids to come home to, and you've got time to deal with your family. So, and then you have weekends, and then you got the honey to-do list, and yada, 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 and the whole thing. So, I know, I get it, I understand. It's very difficult to try to start something new around your job, but what's the benefit? See, if you continue doing what you've always been doing, you're going to continue to get what you've always got. So, that being said, you could not do anything with real estate, say the famous "I don't have time" excuse, and just continue doing that, and guess what? Time is going to pass. Another year. I mean, look how fast time has flown. I mean, it's just amazing. Next thing, a year has passed, another year is going to pass, another year is going to pass, another year is going to pass, and guess what? The opportunity is lost then. You're going to lose the fire, the ambition to go out and do something new. You're going to be too entrenched in your job. This could be an opportunity where you could sacrifice that, half hour, an hour lunch and make a couple phone calls, sacrifice an hour after work, sacrifice some weekends to where you can set yourself up financially and learn a business that could get you out of the rat race, and then you can do whatever you want to do. Now, imagine this. Imagine waking up when you want to wake up. And imagine getting up when you want to wake up and then not having to hustle around and get ready and run out the door for work, but having a nice cup of coffee on your back patio or something. Going for a walk. Going to the gym. And then doing what you want to do for the day, whether it be work and finding properties and doing deals, or playing golf, or going to the beach, or doing whatever you want to do. The beauty about this is it's your choice. It's not your boss's choice, and it's not the fear of, oh my gosh, if I don't show up at work today, I'm going to get fired. If I don't perform today, I'm going to get fired. Well, the bottom line is that you choose what you want to do and when you want to do it. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about today is how you can do your job, your full-time job, but also incorporate real estate investing so you can create that success and create that money and achieve that goal so you can be done with that, because that's just a temporary thing. All right. Now, technology. You want to use technology in this market right now to be able to, leverage your time. And what we're doing is we're using technology to get leads. To get leads coming in. When leads come in, then we're able to call these leads and talk to these people on our own time. Now, what can we use for technology? Well, the first thing is a voicemail system. We use evoice.com. It's about $4.95 a month, cheap. And you can have all your direct mail pieces, anything you mail out, can get mailed out, and then people can call and they can leave a voicemail. The thing I love about eVoice is they will email you a MP3 file of the voicemail. So let's say you're at work, and you have your, say iPhone, and you're like, I have an iPhone, but say if you have, your BlackBerry, whatever, you can be able to open the MP3 file and listen to it right there on the spot, and you can choose either to call them or not call them, whenever you have time. You can call them on lunch break. So the next thing is now go back to episode number 6 and listen to how to find motivated sellers. And we talk specifically about direct mail. We talk about having a website set up to where you can capture leads through a form. So people can go onto the website and they can fill in their information. They can fill in their name, their telephone number, the property address. They can fill out how much they own the property square footage, and they can press send. And then as soon as they press send, it will go into like a lead capture. It'll go into a database. Then you'll get an email sent to wherever you're at, and you can call these people back whenever you have time. So both of these are great because it captures their information and allows you to call these people back when you choose to call these people back. So I could talk about in episode 7. You got to listen to that. It's about how to find motivated sellers. The two ways are through direct mail that respond to the eVoice and also to the website. Those two are ways to generate leads while you're at work, that these leads will be coming in and you can call them on your own leisure. Now, when can you call these people back? Well, you can call them back on lunch break. Let's say you take a half hour for lunch and you have an hour for lunch. You have a half hour for eating lunch, and you got a half hour to call some people back. You can call 2 or 3 or 4 people back during that time and possibly set some appointments with them. You can call them after work for an hour. You come home and say, hey, listen, I need 1 hour to make some calls. Call these people back. Or you can call them on weekends. Whatever you can schedule your time. Look at your current week right now and figure out, okay, where can I slip in an hour here and an hour there, a half hour here and a half hour there, that I could be calling some of these people back to be able to set some appointments with them. Now, what are you looking for when you call these people back? Well, you're looking for motivated sellers. You're looking for someone that has to sell. That someone that right there, they're motivated. Now, what's a motivated seller? Now, we talked about this in episode 6, but let's talk about it again. What is a motivated seller? A motivated seller is not someone that just wants to get an offer to see what their house is worth. That's not a motivated seller. Okay? I have people call, they call back on the letter and they go, I just want to know what you pay for the house. Okay, well, that's not a motivated seller. I'm not going to waste my time. Someone calls up and says, listen, I've got to sell. I got a water pipe break in the house. There's water going everywhere. I can't afford to get it fixed. I need to sell. I need to get this thing off my back. I need out, and I need out now. That type of person is somebody you want. Another one where it calls up, and I had one where the person, I called the person back, and she said, my tenant just moved out, they trashed the place, I live in California, I don't have the money to fix it up, I got to get rid of this property. That is a motivated seller. I have another one called up and says, listen, I'm losing my house to foreclosure next week. I need out of this deal as fast as possible. That's a motivated seller. Another one, I inherited a property. Got the property, I don't know what to do with it, I don't want to pay the taxes, I just want to get this thing done, I want it over with, I want to pay the heirs off and be done with it. That is a motivated seller. You're looking for stuff like that. You're looking for sellers like that. You're not looking for sellers that go, well, I'm just moving down the street, I just want a bigger house, I'm looking for the best price. See ya, done, next, over. So that's what a motivated seller is. Now, when you're talking to them on the phone and you call them back, you're going to be gathering information. If you go through our course, you're able to download. Actually, you know what? If you download the book at fliptofreedom.com, if you download that book, in there it talks about motivated sellers, and there's a link that you can download the form we use on all the questions we ask to basically know exactly if a person's motivated or not by the information you collect. But you're going to be looking for, specifically, you're going to be looking for obviously the property address, the square footage, the bed and bath, where it's located, what their mortgage payment is, why they are selling, which is important. Are they behind on payments? Is there any problems with the house? Is it how much work needs to be done? What they think it's worth? All those are questions that need to be answered by these people that you can ask to find out if you got a deal or no deal. So you're gathering information. Mortgage amount, how much they owe, is critical in this market right now. With the market going up and down like it is, knowing what someone owes versus what it's worth will, tell you right then if it's a deal or not. So that's what you do. You're gathering information. Now, the action step when you're talking to these people is to first, build rapport. Let me back up first. When you're calling these people back, building rapport is probably one of the most paramount things that you can do. You want to get these sellers to like you and trust you. And the way you're going to get them to like you and trust you is you have to relate with them. It's almost be like a chameleon. You want to get on the same page with them. You want to ask them questions about, what's their situation, what's going on, and sincerely listen to these people. Now, I'm going to tell you, and you don't have to do this, but I've listened to sellers for a half hour on the phone, and I've got literally 2 words in. And I'm telling you, they're my best friend. I've only said 2 words now. I've asked 2 questions. They've talked for a half hour, and I got off the phone with them, and they thought I was their best friend because I listened to them and I listened to their problems. People don't listen in this day and age. I mean, if you're a guy and you're married, just ask your wife. But I'm telling you, sellers, if you listen to them, and you really sincerely are interested in what they're saying, well, guess what? You'll gain their trust. And then if you gain their trust, you can make an offer that makes sense, and they will work with you. It works every time. Building rapport is key when it comes to negotiating. Anyways, so the action is to set an appointment, is to build a rapport, gather the information, right? And then from that information, determine quickly if there's motivation there. If there's motivation there, then set the appointment to see the house. Then you go to the appointment. Now you can do that on your time. So all of what has happened right now is over the phone. You've got a lead that comes in, you're calling them back, you're determining information, you're gathering information, and then you're going to set an appointment. Now, if you work a full-time job, you can either do this on your time off, your day off, or you can do this on a weekend. You can set them up for a Saturday morning at 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock, whatever it is. On the time that you have, go and set 2 or 3 appointments, and you can go meet these people and go check out the house and check the comparable sales and get the contract on the property. Then once you get the contract, then it's easy. That is your biggest time right there is calling the people back and then getting the contract, meeting the people and getting the contract. After that, then it's turning it over to your team, turning it over to your escrow agent, your closing officer, sending it over. Once you send that over to the contract over to your closing agent, they will take care of the rest. They will pull the payoffs on the property. They'll get the title report. They'll get any liens on the property. They'll get the taxes on the property. And they'll put the entire file together and get it ready to close. Your next step after that is now you have all that information. You know what you're in the property for. Then you can send an email blast out to your buyers. And that's easy. That shouldn't take more than 5 minutes. You send an email blast out, you type in, whatever. Just type in the property address, you type in the price, and turn around and send an email blast out. You're going to get calls that's going to come in, but guess what? They can leave a voicemail. Call them back on your time, and you call them back and say, hey, it's available, send a contract. Now, what they're going to do is you're either going to send them a contract, they're going to sign it, and then they're going to send it back. And then once you get that contract from your buyer, then you in turn send it over back to your escrow agent, and they will again process all the paperwork for you. Once that is complete, then you just got to go pick up your check. And that's it. So the conclusion is you won't only need a few hours during the week. You're only going to need a small amount of time to basically get the leads coming in, make the calls, set the appointments, meet the people, send out the email, get the contract from the buyers, get it to your escrow agent. But you will be probably managing with the escrow agent some questions back and forth, but that's about it. Now, let's say theoretically you make $5,000 to $10,000 per deal. Per deal. And you turn around, now, I'll give you an example. My partner, Mike, got a contract on a property. It was for sale by owner. Drove by, saw for sale by owner, called the guy up when he was driving the neighborhood, got the contract on the property, and turned around, got it on the contract for $24,000. We turned around and sold it for $34,000. Made a $10,000 profit. Didn't have to market for it, didn't have to do anything, just made one phone call, made an appointment, saw the house, got the contract, we turned around, we stuck it on our email list, and within a matter of less than 15 minutes of the email going out, we had someone that texted me that said, okay, I want it, got under contract, and then we're closing it this coming week. $10,000 profit. Let's say you did that. Let's say you make the $50,000 a year, like we said early in the show, theoretically. You did that 5 times. You'd have $50,000 cash in the bank. Then you could make the decision to quit your job or not. You would have a lot more power, wouldn't you? So, don't let the I don't have enough time excuse stop you from getting started. You know what? It's just an obstacle. And see, I was in the Marine Corps for 4 years, and one thing I learned from my drill sergeants and my instructors in the Marine Corps was an obstacle is just it's like you're driving down the road, and there's a big boulder in the middle of the road, and that's your obstacle. It's stopping you from going from point A to point B. It's just a big, massive boulder. Now, you get a couple different options with this boulder in the road. You can either go over it, you can go under it, you can go around it to the right, or you can go around it to the left, or you can go through it. That's your only options. Or, actually, no, you get one more option. Or you could sit there in the road and say, throw your hands up in the air and say, that's it. Well, we can't do it, you can't get there, there's a boulder road, I quit. Well, that's not you. And I know it's definitely not me, because I was taught in the Marine Corps from some of the most incredibly successful people I've ever met, that you know what, an obstacle is just an obstacle. Just put your head down and find a way to get through it. See, my personality is, you know what, I'm not going to go around it. I'm not going to go over it. I'm not going to go under it. I'm going to blow through it. Just find a way to blow through it. Do whatever it takes. And see, we're talking about time. It's talking about finding the time to make the calls, to set the appointments, to get the thing done. Because you know what? What are you going to feel like that day when you have your $50,000, $100,000 in the bank and you have the confidence that you can do it over and over and over again, and you can quit your job and be done, and you walk away and you break the shackles off and you are free, finally. That's why I call it flip to freedom, because guess what? You can flip properties. Flip properties. You find a motivated seller, you put him with a motivated buyer, you get a contract from the seller, you get a contract from the buyer, you give it to an escrow agent, and you make the money in between. It's not rocket science. Believe me, I don't have a college education. I used to be a Marine. If I can do it, I know for a fact that you can do it. That's it for this week. Make sure you go to my website at fliptofreedom.com and get that report. I'm telling you, I break down everything you have to do, exactly what you have to do, and you can get it for free. So until next time, I wish you ultimate success in your real estate investing career, and I can't wait to the day that you can quit your job. Until then, take care and God bless.